All right, now to tennis, and the #1 ranked player in the world, Novak Djokovic, announced Tuesday that he and his wife recently tested positive for COVID-19. Now, Djokovic is the 4th player who participated in a series of exhibition matches that he organized in Serbia and Croatia to contract the coronavirus. Social distancing was reportedly non-existent during those matches. In a statement released Tuesday, Djokovic said, quote, "Unfortunately, this virus is still present and is a new reality that we are still learning to cope and live with. I'm hoping things will ease with time so we can all resume lives the way they were. I'm extremely sorry for each individual case of infection. I hope that it will not complicate anyone's health situation and that everyone will be fine." ESPN tennis analyst Patrick McEnroe joins us now live here on SportsCenter. Now, Patrick, Djokovic had expressed some skepticism about playing the U.S. Open at the end of August. So with that background, what's your reaction to him contracting the COVID-19 virus in the fashion that he did?
Well, he's certainly not looking good, is he? We're seeing in a return to all sports, whether it's sports here in this country, sports in Europe, the European soccer leagues, international tennis, which is maybe the most difficult in some ways because it's so international. It seems that in Serbia, they skipped a lot of steps. I remember turning on the TV, watching it. I'd seen other exhibition matches going on around the world, some even in this country, with robotic cameras, with one umpire, with no hugging, touching each other at the net with the racket, doing the right things. Clearly, they didn't do the right things in Serbia, in the Balkans during this event. They had 4,000 to 5,000 people. No one was social distancing. There were no masks. The players were hugging. And then to top it all off, there are some videos that came out on social media of the players playing soccer, playing basketball, and then having a party where they all took their shirts off and were singing and dancing indoors in a public environment. So clearly, they made a lot of mistakes. But let's not put all the blame on Novak Djokovic. He was trying to do something positive in his country, in that part of the world, do something positive for tennis. How about the officials that let this happen? That should never have been allowed to happen. And I think the USTA, who runs the U.S. Open, they certainly know that. They've done their due diligence, and you expect that they will continue to do that as this unfolds leading up to the U.S. Open, which is about 6-7 weeks away now.
All right, Patrick, again, 4 players who participated in those series of exhibition matches in Croatia and Serbia tested positive. Here's the list of the names. Now, you recently revealed publicly, Patrick, that you had tested positive for coronavirus, and clearly you are recuperating. And everyone who gets that doesn't necessarily have the same reactions to it. So many factors involved, health-wise, but also age. But with your personal experience and your background in tennis, what would be your expectation for Novak Djokovic being ready to play in the U.S. Open if he indeed decides to play?
Well, all these players are a lot younger and a lot fitter than I am. And luckily, I had a case that wasn't that serious, so I was able to recover pretty quickly. Obviously, I'm not playing tennis anywhere near at the level that I did as a professional or at these players are. But I would suspect that these players will be able to recover pretty quickly. It doesn't even sound like any of them have any real serious symptoms. I think they were all caught off guard by the fact that they tested positive. So I think that they could all make a full recovery. Obviously, we're all learning about this virus as we go, and I think that's why we need to take the necessary precautions, the necessary safety measures to get professional tennis back on track. The tours have released a schedule of the tours leading up to the U.S. Open, so let's hope that can happen. Let's hope we continue on a positive trend, certainly here in the New York area, and that we don't skip steps the way they obviously did over there in Serbia and Croatia.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.